a real challenge because, you know, we have different linguistic personas when we speak in different languages. And this is a story, like a good night story that was told to me by my grandmother when I was young, and that was one of my favorite stories. Well, I had two grandmothers, but the other one was a crappy storyteller, so she didn't leave a legacy in that sense. And I've never told this story in a foreign language. I usually tell it like I was given it in my dialect, which I grew up in. So I'm just gonna go with the flow and see how it works out, and if it doesn't, lesson learned, then next time I'll take a different approach. Anyway, this was in my hometown of Jesenice, where I grew up. And way long ago, before I was even born, there were two best friend dogs in that town, and their name were Maxi, which is the big one, and Lumpy, which is something like Rascal, the impish one. And Lumpy was the small one. He was the clever one, the ingenious one, the one with all the ideas. And Maxi was the big and strong one who tagged along and who always... Why don't we go to this... closed? To get in, and we can eat ourselves full. We can stuff our faces. There's all sorts of meat, and let's go there and see what dog heaven looks like on Earth. And then... So I guess I'm live again. Sorry about the distraction. My internet connection got broken. Anyway, so Maxi thought about it and he said, yeah, sure, let's go. So the dogs went, like, there's this one main street in the town, and they went along this main street and then turned right to the butcher shop. And there they were. There was this little butcher shop, and there was a door on one side, and there was the window on the other side of the house. And the door, of course, was locked, so then the dogs went around the house, back, and it was... But it was, like, as on the usual window height, so Lumpy, the small one, could not reach it, so naturally now you have to, jump up and jump through the window, and then and you have to let me in so that I can also eat from this lovely smelling meat that I can already sniff. And that's exactly what Maxi did. He jumped, but as I said, he was a big dog. He was a huge dog, so he couldn't fit through the window, so he got stuck in the middle. So half of him was inside, smelling the meat, and half of him, like his hind paws and tail, were outside. So so he was jumping up, but he was too tiny, too lightweight, so nothing happened. And then he bit his hind leg and kind of pulled him down, so Maxi fell back out. And that was a little bit of a drawback for them. So then they were at the window looking up, drooling and thinking of in, and then Lumpy thought, okay. And we're back again. And so that's what Lumpy proposed. He proposed for Maxi to stand beneath the window. And he said, so you stand there and I'll climb up on you, and then I'll jump through the window and I'll go to the door and I'll let you in. And that's what they did. So Maxi stood there, Lumpy jumped on him, he managed to get through the window, then he walked on the counter, got... And that's my signal that's causing problems. So I hope if I sit there it's better. So what happened was that... hope I'm back now. Wait, now I have to place this phone somehow. Anyway, sorry about this. I'll hope to prevent these in the future broadcasts. Anyway, so Maxi was underneath the window. Lumpy jumped in. He went across the counters, opened the door, let Maxi in, and there they were. And there was dog heaven with all types of meat, all types of smells you can possibly imagine. If you're a dog and you have a more precious sense of smell than humans. And they looked up, and there from the ceiling they had sausages and ham and smoked. Like, I don't even know all the names, and they didn't either. They were just staring at all the meat that was hanging from the ceiling, and there was a fridge over there, and there were like steaks and kidney pies and everything you could imagine. And they just flipped. They were so happy. They were like, wow, just looking around. And then they started eating, taking a bite of this and that, and they got so carried away with all this food that they forgot to pay attention, to be careful, to make sure no one was coming. And what happened was that the butcher, he had been at home and he decided to go for a walk, so he strolled by his butcher shop just to make sure everything was in order, and then he saw that the door was open. He got so angry, so he went in and he took a broom and he started hitting Maxi, the big one. And when Lumpy saw that, he quickly pulled a piece of meat, ran out and hid in the bushes, looking at Maxi and the butcher through the branches. And the butcher was hitting the big dog, but the big dog was a big dog, so he didn't really feel any pain or anything. And Lumpy was laughing so hard he peed himself because he just found it funny. And Maxi managed to run away. Lumpy was hiding in the bushes. He was waiting for the butcher to calm down, close his shop and go away. And then Lumpy took the rest of the meat, went to Maxi, and they ate that together. And it was just one hell of a story and one hell of an adventure for them. That's the story of these two dogs. And I'm sorry about the internet interruptions today. I will position myself better in the future. And I have, I think, 2 more planned stories, and then I think on Saturday I start with the impro. I already got some keywords, but I won't be preparing until Saturday, so it really stays impro. Thank you everyone for watching and sharing. Invite your friends to join us, and stay safe, stay sane, and I'll see you tomorrow my time. Bye bye.